Well. So, turns out Thursday almost ended up being the last time anyone ever would hear the words, "The Daily Dope is in the air." Howdy, gang. Yes, I am Jeff McAleer. I am back, thankfully enough, as your host of the Daily Dope, as well as being the grand poobah of thegaminggang.com. And today's going to be a little bit different show. Today is Monday, March 19th. It's going to be a pretty short show. But I did want to share with everybody, because I know some folks who follow the Gaming Gang or watch the Daily Dope realize that on Thursday, I had a heart attack. I actually had a heart attack while I was doing the show. And in fact, you can probably even still see little bruises I have from the IVs and everything. Yeah. Well, yes. So, I want to talk about that a little bit. Just want to talk about what it might mean for the future of not only the Daily Dope, but the Gaming Gang as well. Hey, I see Rob Moffat's chiming in saying hello. Hi, Rob. So anyway, on Thursday's show, I did the usual news, and then I started doing a review for Amazing Tales, which is an RPG from a self-published RPG from Martin Lloyd. So anyway, it's funny because I watched the show. I finally got to watch the show last night. And you really can't tell that I'm actually having a heart attack while I'm in the process of doing the show. I could sort of tell, because here's what happened. So I had even commented during the show that that Thursday was kind of a weird day, kind of crazy day. And I had sort of had almost kind of like indigestion, which I don't get heartburn. I'm not the kind of person who gets heartburn a lot. I don't take like Prilosec or Pepsid AC or whatever those, medications are, right? So anyway, I'm doing the show, and it's just getting, and you can even tell, because I'll be sitting there going, oh, excuse me, as the show progresses. So by the time I get to the end of the show, and I'm kind of doing my review score and stuff like that, I'm feeling like really odd, like I'd never felt before in my entire life. So I'm like, I got to wrap this up, and I'm trying to keep it together, because I'm thinking, well, maybe this is just like heartburn of some sort. So anyway, I wrap up the show, I go upstairs, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. So I was kind of feeling some pressure in my head. I wasn't getting like that weird like lockjaw or anything like that. I was getting some kind of like tingling sensation in my left arm, but not like shooting pain, and it wasn't really numbness. So I was sort of like, okay, what's going on here? So we were supposed to get together at my brother's house for an early St. Patrick's Day dinner on Thursday night. So I called my brother up. I said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to come because I'm feeling really crappy. I started feeling nauseous, but I didn't vomit, but I was feeling nauseous. And then all of a sudden I'm kind of like belching. And then I'm like these long, weird belches that I have never done before. Anyway, yes, Rob. Yes, thank you. Yes, it was kind of scary stuff, but I did keep my cool. So Rob's chiming in, and he's at work, so he's not going to catch much of the show. And this is going to be a short show. I don't have any news or anything like that. I just want to kind of talk about what happened and kind of give people an update on how I'm doing and what this event might mean for the future of the Gaming Gang as well as the Daily Dope. So anyway, I called my brother and I said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to dinner tonight because I'm feeling really weird. So a few more minutes went by and I thought, okay, something's really wrong here because I'm not feeling like I've ever felt before. So I start doing the kind of, the stroke test, right? So I'm lifting my arms over my head and everything like that, and I'm okay. So I go and I grab, which unfortunately I hadn't been taking low dosage aspirin, which I guess at my age I should. So I grabbed 4 little like baby aspirin, popped them, and I thought, okay, I'm going over to the ER because there's kind of a health center not far from me. It's not a hospital per se, but they do have an emergency room. So yes, I know it wasn't a good idea to drive over there myself, but I thought, okay, if this is just some really horrible heartburn or something, I would feel like a real idiot showing up in an ambulance. So anyway, so I go to this ER, tell them I think I'm having a heart attack. So of course, it only took them a couple of minutes to get me in, and sure enough, I was having a heart attack. So of course, they rushed me in an ambulance from Yorkville over to Aurora, where the Rush Copley Hospital is at, their medical center, I should say. And they took me straight into cardiology. And, put the sheath in my groin and went up there, and they're doing an emergency procedure, right? So there I am, Thursday in the hospital, and there I am, laid out, and I mean, I am like dead flat because they had put this sheath in my groin. They didn't want me even lifting my head. So anyway, so that's how I spent my Thursday. There's also a picture of me on Friday night where I was actually able to sit up at a 30-degree angle. Yay! And eventually I was discharged on Saturday, late Saturday afternoon, kind of early evening. So here was the weird thing. And I am super, super lucky, and I have just got to say, I am really, really grateful for all the folks, all the doctors, all the healthcare professionals that I had to deal with. Because I was told that most men in my situation that I was in on Thursday afternoon, within just, moments after finishing the show, and actually during the show itself, the vast majority of those men do not make it to the hospital alive. So, dodged a bullet. Thank you very much. I can't take a ton of credit, but I did play it smart. I didn't decide, hey, I'm going to lay down and maybe I'll feel better, or just wait till it passed, anything like that. I grabbed some aspirin real quick and said, okay, I have never felt this way in my entire life. Something has to be wrong. So on Friday, they put a stent in my heart. They're planning on putting another stent in there as well. That's probably next month. And I am actually going to talk to a general practitioner tomorrow. So, yeah, and then, of course, on Friday night, I find out that I'm pre-diabetic. Yeah, double whammy. Gotta love that. Which I guess, saying pre-diabetic just is a nice way of saying, well, yeah, you're diabetic, but you're not going to have to take insulin and things like that, which I thought was very strange because it's not like I eat a lot of junk food, a lot of sugars, things like that. But over the years, I have gotten to the point where I would only really have one meal a day, like at dinner time. And that really slowed my metabolism down to a crawl. So I'm positive that had a lot to do with it. So anyway, I want to say thank you to all the fine folks out there on Facebook and Twitter who have sent well wishes, and they're super happy that I'm not 6 feet under, because I am too. And I really, really appreciate all the kind words. Although, I have to point out, people are like, oh, I'm glad to see you're okay. Well, I'm not okay because I have hard work in front of me and some other procedures that I'm going to have to go through. So I can't say I'm okay. I feel good. I feel really good. I actually feel better than I probably have in a long time. So that's a bonus. But I do have to point out, I don't know what this is going to mean for the gaming gang or the Daily Dope. So for the foreseeable future, I'm still going to do shows. Okay. I just, I've been kind of trying to take it easy. So, yeah, I wasn't jumping around looking at a bunch of news and stuff. Plus, today, there wasn't like a whole lot of really exciting news that came up that I figured I could share. I mean, there are some Kickstarters that are launching like tomorrow that I really want to talk about. Now, of course, I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So, really, what's going to happen with the Daily Dope is you may see the show not on such a regular basis, or you may not see the show at like 2 p.m. Central. Like, for an example, tomorrow I'll probably try to do a show after I come back from the doctor's, but it might be like late afternoon. It might even be early evening. I don't know, but I'll still probably do a show. Everything is kind of up in the air as far as getting stuff covered and doing unboxings and stuff like that. Simply because I didn't do any gaming over the weekend. So I guess obviously I had other stuff cooking. So, but this is gonna basically just ruin me financially. I got to be honest, it's gonna ruin me financially. I can pretty much guarantee all convention coverage is gone, simply because the cost of all these procedures and medications, and there's stuff that I'm gonna have to take for the rest of my life because of the stent and possibly the next stent they put in my heart. So I don't know. I do not know. Of course, it's not as if I'm pulling the plug on the gaming gang and stuff like immediately. Absolutely not. I'm still going to try to crank out as much content as I possibly can. And I'm just kind of, I have to take it easy for, next couple of weeks and so on and so forth. And then I will have to see what I can do. It was funny. I was already talking about doing a crowdfunding project to kind of cover, or not cover it, but kind of defray some of the costs of attending the conventions and stuff like that. With this going on, I guess that crowdfunding is going to just kind of be to try to keep the gaming gang alive through another year. I mean, this is the 8th year that I've been covering tabletop gaming and stuff like that. I got a really good crowd that comes by to the website all the time. Don't have as many viewers as I probably should here on YouTube, but it's just how it is. I'm not one of these guys who goes out banging the drum about me or the website. So I don't know. We'll find out. I'm still looking at maybe launching that Kickstarter next month. I don't know who it's through. I would rather try to do something through PayPal just to make it easier on people. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I don't know. If I don't do the crowdfunding thing, it's going to be pretty much the end of the gaming gang, and I'd hate to do that because I really enjoy it, and I'm, it's not as if it's like heavy lifting or anything like that, right? It's not as if, okay, I have to take it easy because of the heart now. Well, it's not as if, oh my gosh, covering conventions, walking around, talking to people, things like that. Can be exhausting, I'll be the first to admit, but I don't know. I just wanted to let folks know, but I really wanted to point out that I'm doing all right. I am still, as my dad likes to say, on the right side of the grass, so that is cool. I got a kind of a slog ahead of me, but already changing my diet and everything else, drinking more water, changing sugars and starches and things like that. So, hey, at least I'll lose some weight. So that'll be a bonus. So anyway, I did want to just kind of give people an update on how I'm doing. And of course, I will keep folks informed on Twitter as far as, what's coming up on the shows and that. As long as things don't suddenly take a turn for the worse, I don't see a huge change in what's going on until all the bills come in. Then it'll be like, whoa, forget it. Anyway, so yeah, I don't want to sit here sounding like a beggar or anything, But anyway, a few things I wanted to mention, even though as I mentioned, I really don't have any gaming news or anything like that. I'm doing a really short show today because I have to run out and get some prescriptions that weren't filled originally on Saturday. I have to go pick those up, so I really do need to get those. So anyway, so I am going to do a giveaway for Amazing Tales. You know that that kind of kid-focused role-playing game that gave me a heart attack on Thursday? No, it didn't have anything to do with it. Had nothing to do with it. This is the premium edition from Drive-Thru RPG. I wasn't positive. I had forgotten that it was in an email from Martin Lloyd telling me it was a premium edition. So since I don't have small children, I am going to do a giveaway for Amazing Tales. And I'm going to make it super easy. I'm just going to make it, let's make it for YouTube subscribers. And let's say all you need to do is comment on one of the Daily Dope videos from now until next Thursday. So not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after, which, I don't know. I don't know, April, whatever it's going to be. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what? I'll tell you right now. Well, right now, week from this Thursday, oh, it's actually, okay, March 29th. March 29th, which is actually the day after I have an appointment with my cardiologist. All right. So, yeah, all you got to do is simply comment. Make it a nice comment, please. Don't make it a crazy comment or rude comment. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So the last thing I wanted to just finish up with is just to say that I know there are a lot of war gamers and you know, some gamers who are a little older who probably watch this show. And all I can tell you is, you know, if something feels wrong, if something doesn't feel right, don't sit there and say, oh, well, I'm going to let this pass. Because as I said, you know, the doctors told me the vast majority of men who find themselves in the situation I was in Thursday don't make it to the hospital alive. So all I'm saying is I lucked out. The nurses kept telling me, hey, you know, that was really smart. You know, I didn't panic. I didn't panic. I kept my cool. I was concerned, obviously. But I never, you know, like lost my cool. So I just want to say for anyone out there, man, woman, whatever, if you don't feel right, if you start feeling like you've never felt in your entire life, get to an emergency room. Don't let it pass. Don't keep your fingers crossed and say, oh, well, hopefully this will just go away. I'll be fine. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So as I mentioned, tomorrow I will be back. Like I said, probably later in the day than normal. But you know what I think I'll do? I think we'll do an unboxing for Grimslinger's The Northern Territory. I think that's what we'll take a look at for my good friends over at Greenbrier Games. Because I got some goodies from Greenbrier last week. I actually showed them off on Thursday. Maybe I should blame them. There's nobody to blame. It just happened. It just happened. So, you know, and 30-some years of smoking didn't help. Yeah, that's a habit that's gone now. All right. So anyway, yeah, we'll take a look at this tomorrow. And of course, I'll have an update about 2 hours ahead of time, because that's what I usually do on Twitter. About 2 hours ahead of time, I'll kind of float out the fact that what the show's going to have and who the you know, what news I've got and stuff like that. Last thing I want to say is, I know, I look kind of like I looked before, right? I feel pretty good. Like I said, I feel better than I had quite a while. And it's just bizarre. It's just, I super lucked out. Oh, I should also point out that the doctor said that my heart is still pumping at 100% efficiency. And I guess that just came from me taking those aspirin to prevent any, you know, damage. So anyway, all right. So I just want to take a little bit of time and kind of clue people in on what's going on, how I'm feeling. Say thank you to all the well-wishers out there. Also want to say thank you to our newest patron of the Daily Dope / the Gaming Gang through Patreon, and that is Drew Barbier. I think might be the pronunciation. Thank you so much for being a new patron. And Drew had actually asked how come he didn't get a notification when the show went live last Thursday. I should probably float out there. I have nothing to do with that. That's a YouTube thing. So if you subscribe to the Gaming Gang on YouTube, when the stream goes live, you should get a notification. That isn't always the case, and I can tell you for a fact, I know I did not see a notification pop up for last Thursday's show, and I thought, that's weird. But I did look, and I saw that it was a live stream, so I knew it was streaming live. Just no notification popped out. So I just wanted to point out, I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with YouTube's notifications. So just relaxing, folks. Just taking it easy, because I'd like to be around for quite a few more years. Fingers crossed. All right. So anyway, like I said, tomorrow's show and rest of the shows, I don't know if there's going to be a show every day this week. I don't know. We'll have to see how things go, because I'm still doing follow-ups with all these different doctors and that. But I should point out that when you are not watching the Daily Dope and me having a heart attack, be sure to go over to thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. Come on, you know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I am Jeff McAleer. I am on the right side of the grass. I will be back tomorrow, not sure what time. So until then, have a wonderful Monday. Once again, thank you so much for all the well wishes, and I really appreciate the people who do watch. And until next time, have a wonderful Monday.